The last photo on my missing brother's phone. My name is Jake. And for the last 2 years, I've been asking myself the same question every single day. Where is my brother? My older brother Ryan wasn't just family. He was my best friend. The person who taught me how to ride a bike. The person who protected me when I got into trouble. The person who always answered my calls. No matter what. Then one day, he vanished. On a cold October morning, Ryan left home like any other day. Before leaving, he smiled and said, "I'll be back before dinner." Those were the last words I ever heard from him. Ryan never came home. When night fell and he still wasn't answering his phone, we knew something was wrong. My mother sat by the window all night, waiting for his car headlights to appear. My father drove around the city searching for him. And I called his phone again. And again. And again. But nobody answered. The next morning, police were contacted. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Search teams combed through forests. Divers searched nearby lakes. Volunteers handed out thousands of missing person flyers. But Ryan seemed to have disappeared from the face of the earth. Then, 2 years later, everything changed. A hiker walking through a remote forest discovered an old smartphone buried beneath leaves and mud. The device was damaged, cracked, barely functional. When investigators powered it on, my heart nearly stopped. The phone belonged to Ryan, my missing brother. For the first time in 2 years, we finally had a clue. Police immediately examined the phone. Most of the files were corrupted. Messages were gone. Videos were damaged. Almost everything had been erased by time. Except for one thing. One final photograph. The last picture Ryan ever took. When investigators opened the image, the room fell silent. The photograph showed a small wooden cabin hidden deep inside the forest. At first, it looked ordinary. But then someone zoomed in. And that's when everything changed. Standing inside the cabin window was a man. Watching the camera. Watching Ryan. His face was partially hidden in shadow. But there was something deeply unsettling about him. The way he stood. The way he stared. It felt like he knew Ryan was there. And somehow, it felt like he knew the photo would eventually be found. Police launched a new search immediately. Days later, investigators located the cabin. Hidden miles away from the nearest road. The building looked abandoned. Silent. Forgotten. As officers stepped inside, dust covered every surface. Broken furniture filled the rooms. But someone had clearly been living there. Food wrappers. Blankets. Batteries. Fresh footprints. Someone had been there recently. Then officers discovered something hidden beneath the floorboards. A notebook. Inside were dozens of names. Dates. Locations. And detailed notes. Most of the names meant nothing. But one name appeared over and over again. Ryan. My brother. Every page contained information about him. Where he worked. Where he shopped. What time he left home. What time he returned. Someone had been watching him. Studying him. Tracking his every move. Then investigators reached the final page. Written in shaky handwriting were 7 terrifying words. He's getting too close to the truth. The date matched the exact day Ryan disappeared. A chill ran through my entire body. What truth? What had Ryan discovered? And who wanted to stop him? The questions only multiplied. Months later, a witness finally came forward. He claimed he had seen Ryan near the forest shortly before he vanished. But Ryan wasn't alone. According to the witness, a man in a dark hooded jacket was following him, keeping his distance, watching him. The description matched the figure from the photograph. Police searched tirelessly, but the man was never identified. The investigation remains open to this day. Ryan was never found. The mysterious man was never caught. And nobody knows what happened after Ryan took that final picture. But every night, before I go to sleep, I still look at that photograph. The last photograph my brother ever took. And I always find myself asking the same question. What happened in the few seconds after the camera clicked? Because somewhere in that forest, a mystery still remains unsolved. If you enjoyed this mystery story, subscribe to Noxvale Stories and turn on notifications for more emotional mysteries, disturbing cases, and suspenseful stories. And remember, sometimes a single photograph can reveal far more than we were ever meant to see.